Joseph was born in the land of Canaan to Jacob and Rachel, the wife Jacob loved most. Rachel had struggled for many years to have children, so Joseph's birth was a great joy to her. Because he was the first son of Rachel, Jacob cherished Joseph more than any of his other sons. As he grew, Joseph became known for his intelligence, gentle nature, and deep connection with God. But Jacob's open affection stirred jealousy among his older brothers. When Joseph was a teenager, Jacob gave him a special richly decorated robe, a sign of honor normally reserved for the firstborn. His brothers were furious. To make matters worse, Joseph began having dreams that suggested he would one day rule over his family. In one dream, the brothers' bundles of grain bowed to Joseph's bundle. In another, the sun, moon, and 11 stars bowed to him. His brothers saw these dreams as arrogance. Even Jacob was troubled, though he quietly kept the matter in mind. One day Jacob sent Joseph to check on his brothers as they tended flocks far from home. When they saw him approaching, their resentment exploded. They plotted to kill him, but Reuben, the eldest, persuaded them to spare Joseph's life. Instead, they threw him into a dry pit. When a caravan of Ishmaelite traders passed by, the brothers sold Joseph to them for 20 pieces of silver. To cover their actions, they dipped Joseph's coat in goat's blood and showed it to Jacob. Believing a wild animal had killed his beloved son, Jacob wept bitterly. The traders took Joseph to Egypt, where he was sold to Potiphar, the captain of Pharaoh's guard. Though Joseph was now a slave in a foreign land, God was with him. Joseph worked with integrity and exceptional skill, and Potiphar soon made him overseer of his entire household. But trouble came again. Potiphar's wife tried to seduce Joseph. When he refused repeatedly, she lied, accusing him of attacking her. Potiphar, angered and dishonored, had Joseph thrown into prison. Even in prison, Joseph's character shone. The warden recognized his trustworthiness and put him in charge of the other prisoners. There, Joseph met Pharaoh's cupbearer and baker, who had been imprisoned for offending the king. Both men had troubling dreams. With God's help, Joseph interpreted them. The cupbearer would be restored to his position. The baker would be executed. Events happened exactly as Joseph said. Joseph asked the cupbearer to remember him before Pharaoh, but the man forgot, and Joseph remained in prison for 2 more years. One night Pharaoh had 2 disturbing dreams. 7 thin cows devoured 7 fat cows. 7 thin heads of grain swallowed 7 healthy ones. None of Pharaoh's wise men could explain them. Finally, the cupbearer remembered Joseph. He told Pharaoh of the young Hebrew who could interpret dreams. Joseph was quickly brought from prison, cleaned, and presented before Pharaoh. Joseph explained that the 2 dreams meant the same thing. Egypt would experience 7 years of great abundance, followed by 7 years of severe famine. Joseph advised Pharaoh to store grain during the plentiful years to prepare for the coming crisis. Pharaoh recognized Joseph's wisdom and the divine presence in him. In an extraordinary moment, Pharaoh made Joseph second in command over all Egypt, the man responsible for preparing the nation for famine, a ruler with authority second only to Pharaoh himself. Joseph was given fine clothing, a royal signet ring, and an Egyptian name, Zaphenath-Paneah. He married Asenath, the daughter of an Egyptian priest. During the 7 years of abundance, Joseph traveled across Egypt, building storehouses and gathering grain. When the famine finally came, Egypt was ready. People from all nations came to buy food from Joseph, including his own brothers, setting the stage for the dramatic reunion that followed later. But by this point, Joseph had risen from a betrayed boy in a pit to the most powerful leader in Egypt, guiding a nation through crisis.